Kevin McCarthy trying to shore up support among members of his own party after leaked audio revealed he privately criticized the former president and his colleagues days after the January 6th attacks on the Capitol. Leader McCarthy met with House Republicans today in a private, closed-door session. The Associated Press reports he defended himself over a remark he made to Congresswoman Liz Cheney, in which he said he thought impeachment would pass in the House and that he would recommend to President Trump that he resign.
One discussion I would have with him is that I think this will pass, and it would be my recommendation we should resign. That would be my take, but I don't think he would take it, but I don't know.
Leader McCarthy reportedly told the room he never followed through. His message today, stay on track and keep focused on the midterms. Heading into this meeting, there were a lot of questions that McCarthy could be at risk of losing the support he needs to become Speaker if Republicans take back the House in November. But President Trump indicated he was with him. And according to some who attended the meeting, he's still a lock.
He got a standing ovation. He'll be Speaker.
This is simply a distraction by the left trying to drive a wedge in a very unified Republican Party.
Unified, they say, but inside the room, there was tension. NBC's Ali Vitale covers Congress. You're reporting that things did get a little heated, Ali.
Yeah, but not for McCarthy. Or the man who wants to be the Speaker for the House conference, if they were to retake the majority in November, he did speak to those audio recordings. And as we reported and as you just heard, he got a standing ovation and members left a united front on Kevin McCarthy. But for Congressman Steve Scalise, the House GOP whip, he did get into what one person in the room described as a very direct and heated exchange with Congressman Matt Gaetz over another audio recording that became public. This one over comments that Scalise made, that some of the comments that Gaetz was making after January 6th could have been illegal for what he was saying about other Republican lawmakers. Scalise and Gaetz had it out in the room, and then they also met one-on-one. I actually just in the last few minutes spoke with Whip Scalise about this. Here's what he says he spoke with Gaetz about when they met privately. Listen.
Ultimately, the concerns I had were that there were members getting death threats, and that was something that I surely wanted to be vocal at pushing back on, but he and I talked about that.
And look, this morning, Shep, when they had that House conference meeting, Marjorie Taylor Greene did say that Scalise should apologize to Gaetz. That's not something that happened in the room, but when I was asking Scalise about this just in the last half hour or so, he did say that when he spoke with Gaetz privately, he said something to the effect of, I'm sorry that those comments caused him problems. So maybe not a direct apology, but certainly he did land somewhere in that vicinity, even though in the room, what one person described to me was that Scalise was unyielding when Gaetz was talking to him about this, and that he wasn't letting Gaetz steal the narrative.